Hello and welcome back to episode 2, Club 2 of Unknown to World Known. We're back with HACKEN, and so far we've had a pretty decent start to life in the Allsvenskan. So just before we go into what we've had happen since the last episode, if you have enjoyed the series so far, if you're looking forward to what we can do with BK HACKEN, please do leave a like down below. Comment below, was it the right move for us to stay in Sweden? I don't think we were quite in a position to be looking elsewhere, except maybe elsewhere in Scandinavia. And so far, it seems to have paid off, because as you can see, although we did lose the first game off camera, that was the team, Hammarby, who were currently in third at the time. We've then beat Sirius 2-1 and Arabro 3-0. Admittedly, those aren't fantastic teams. As you can see, they're 13th and now bottom of the league. Despite that, the game against Hammarby, we only lost by a penalty. It was 1-0. So if that penalty hadn't happened, it could have been a completely different game. It was quite an even game as it happened anyway. If we just pop in and have a look, you can see we went with the 4-3-3 for the bit more counter-attacking style. If you take the penalty out of the equation, the XG was very similar for both of us. So I think really we did well. We were unlucky to come out of it with a loss. But despite the loss, we're still only 1 point away from being in the qualification zones for Europe. And hopefully today we've got a game against Malmö, who are down in 10th. So I would hope we can pick up a win there. But before we do that, we have got to play Tappi FK in the Swedish Cup. This is a team who are currently down in the Division 2 Norris Finland. So they're in the division below Österlen, so they're essentially in the 4th tier of Swedish football. So you would hope we can pick up a solid win today. And the lineup to try and do so, we are rotating a bit. We've got Hansen in goal, a back four of D'Alberto, Nylom, Arega and Kalpi. Then Lofqvist and Olsen in midfield. Brandhoff, Karlsbach, Youssef as the three behind, Polana as the striker. I'm happy to say that Muziolik did pick up 2 goals in our most recent game, so he's back on the scoring charts. And also Hamar has picked up 3 goals in the 4 games we've had in charge. Obviously 1 in the first game, and then we had 2 in the second game where we won 2-1. So hopefully that's a sign of things to come. He seems to be scoring goals off those corners. And let's get into this game against Tappi. Olsen with a free kick early on. It's denied by Forsgren, but a very good strike from the free kick and forcing the save out of the keeper. The corner's going to come in from Karlsbach. Plays it short to Lofqvist, who plays it to Brandhoff on the edge. His shot is blocked and Anderson clears it away. And then Kalpi does really well to deny the counter-attack chance. D'Alberto plays the ball inside to Lofqvist, and then Youssef is on the ball now. He goes back to Olsen, who switches the play back out to the right for D'Alberto. Brandhoff takes it down the right, inside to Polana, who cuts it back. And somehow that got deflected. Apparently it was Anderson who got a block on that. Couldn't really figure out how. But nevertheless, Lofqvist with a chance to bring it back forward. Olsen on the ball. He goes backwards, and we're just going to take our time here. We know we're probably getting a goal at some point in this game, and there it is, Brandhoff with the goal. The ball from Karlsbach, letting him through one-on-one with the keeper, essentially. So although there was a defender there, they weren't really ever in play in that goal. And very positive football from HACKEN here. We're doing well. Long throw coming in from Alberto, but it's headed away by Vastlund. Alberto sends it back in. Youssef at the far post has hit the bar. And then it's cleared away. Arega with a free kick just inside the Tappi half. And so far, pleased to say, we're 40 minutes in. They haven't had a shot as of yet. So we're controlling the game. And hopefully, throughout the next few minutes, we can get another goal. Polana, can he get the ball back into a dangerous position? He's actually kicked by the Floris Englert and wins a penalty. Polana's going to step up and take it himself. And hopefully, we're going to see we go 2-0 up, because Polana sends the keeper the wrong way very calmly. That's his 8th goal of the season, so he's doing really well so far this season. And in fairness, we've put him out on the right-hand side. because we put him out on the right hand side, but hopefully he can give some competition for that first team striker slot. So a good first half. We've completely controlled the game. We're not really going to change anything at halftime. We're just going to send them back out because, as you can see, they've actually had slightly more possession, but outside of that, they're not doing anything with the possession. So that's fine by me. Action zones wise, they've only been in our third 2% of the first half. That's absolutely fine. Kelpie is going to launch a long throw into the box. It doesn't get past the first man though. And then Tappi with a chance to bring the ball forward. Loftus denies that chance and gets the ball out to Brantoff through to Polana. 3-0. And it is looking like a comfortable route into the Swedish Cup group stage, which is a very unusual way that Sweden do their cup, I will say, because obviously we get the first and second round now, which are knockout games, and then we go into the group stage, but in about 6 months. It's a bit strange. So we're going to bring Loftus off for Adrian, and Heinz can come on for Olsen in the middle. Just those two are quite tired, and also we'll bring Shaheen on the left-hand side for Youssef, just as we're just rotating in a game that we've already got comfortably won. Sundberg with a late throw-in for Tappi. Nora crosses it to the far post. Freiman does head in, gets Tappi a consolation goal, but it won't count. It was offside, apparently. I didn't catch that at all, which means Hansen is now going to take the free kick, and hopefully we're just going to see out this last few seconds of the game as D'Alberto goes back to Nyholm. And I think we are just waiting for the whistle to be blown. A long ball down to the Tappi end of the pitch. And I'm assuming they're not going to take this throw-in. They are going to take this throw-in into Vastlund, and then he goes long ball over the top. Nyholm collects it, and then Hansen plays it out, and that's the end of the game. We're finally going to see the highlight of that goal. Yeah, he's well offside, to be fair to him. There's good call by the linesman. So we've won the game comfortably 3-0. 2 goals for Plana, which is very nice to see. A very professional performance, I would say. Yeah, we never really looked in danger in that game. They had 5 shots, but in the second half I did make some adjustments just to see out the game rather than keep attacking type of thing. And it's done the job, so no complaints here. Let's go and see if we can keep this form up in the league and pick up a 4th win on the bounce. And the lineup for the second game of the episode, we've got Hansen in goal, a back four of Krohn, Hansen, Hammer, and Kalsays, Lofqvist and Olsen in midfield, Plana, Heinz, Kelpie, and Muziolik as the front 4. Tries to play a ball forward, but Muziolik heads it straight away to the opposition. Bergstrom manages to win the header and heads it down to Persson. Can he cut inside? We've got a very good job being done by Krohn there to try and prevent it, but the cross does go to the far post. The header from Nilsson goes over the bar though. And at half-time, we've not had a lot happen so far. From the look of the stats, we've had slightly better of the game, but mostly just due to, there's been 1 shot extra for us. We've had more possession, but outside of that, not really anything happening. I think what we'll try doing is just tell them to be a bit more expressive, and maybe that will lead to a bit more in the way of creative chances. And so far in the second half, we've not had any highlights. Not been a funny second half of the episode for you, I'll be completely honest. We're going to bring Lundholm on the left wing. His first appearance after his recently returned from an injury. And then we'll also send Brantoff on for Polana on the right-hand side of the midfield. Now we've only got 5 minutes to go, and what we're going to try is dropping Loftus back into the holding midfield positions so that we can bring Shaheen on as an extra striker and see if we can find our way to break down this team late on. Kvist with a throw in here goes long into the box, and Hansen does well to come out and claim that. Can we get the ball forward now? He rolls it short to Hansen, then to Krohn, inside to Loftus. That was a little bit risky there. Hansen goes long and doesn't find a man. Silverholt over the top to Kvist. Oh no, he's hit the post. Kalsays clears it away, and we nearly got punished for going for it in this game. Heinz with a late corner now though. Can we find the back of the net? Hopefully he's going to go to the far post where Hammer is going to be there. it's Muziolik instead who heads in to put us 1-0 up with just a couple minutes of injury time to go. And that's a massive goal in terms of this game and also in terms of the league potentially. And with that late goal, we're going to switch to a 4-4-2 just to get those men further back. And then hopefully we can just see out this last few minutes. And it has worked. We've seen the game out, 1-0 win. A fantastic result for us there. And we very nearly lost it just before Muziolik was able to head in off that corner. But it's a fantastic result that keeps us well in that battle for the top 4 where the European slots start to come into play. And actually looking at it, we're only 3 points off the top of the league. So I think what we'll do now is we'll just come back at the end of the season when we play Diggerfalls and IAK. This is asking a lot for the next few games. What could be a title deciding game. We will need a bit of luck because we've got Norrköping still to play, Gothenburg. Those are to be fair, actually, Norrköping and AIK are the only teams above us that we've got to play still. Gothenburg are now below us, but only by a point, so that's still going to be a tough game. But there is the potential there that we could get into this top 4, depending on who the other guys have got to play. We don't really know that. I'm not going to go looking through each of the top 6 teams' fixtures to end the season. But what you can do is if you leave a like down below, and if you leave a comment predicting where do you think we're going to finish, I've got this weird feeling we might actually nick a top 4 slot. And the only reason I say that is if we've only got 2 of them to play, surely at least one of these has got a few of the other big teams to play. And maybe we can keep our momentum going and take advantage of that. And also, please do subscribe if you're enjoying the content on the channel. Thank you very much for watching.